So, good morning. So let me start with a Jewish joke, better with a Jewish mother joke. So there is a woman taking a walk on the beach with her 5-year-old son, and the boy, of course, is running around, and he gets too close to the water when a big wave comes in and grabs the boy and takes him into the sea. And the mother, of course, gets frantic and starts running around and saying, "God, please, God, return my son. Give me my son back. He's my baby. I don't want to lose my son. Please, God." And another wave comes in and deposits the son safe and sound on the beach. And the woman runs to him, hugs him, and she says, "He had a hat." So besides being a fairly good joke, I think, it has a serious side to it. The serious side has 2 points. One is the complaining. The boy had a hat, right? So how come you didn't return the hat? It was such a nice hat. He liked the hat. You could have made an effort and get the hat and bring him back with the hat. And the other serious side, which I think is more important, is ingratitude, right? The boy was practically saved from a certain death, and the woman thinks, or the mother says, "Where is the hat?" And that ties very nicely with today's parasha, specifically with the chapter and verses that we read today. Chapter 11, verse 1 says, and the people start complaining. It doesn't say why they're complaining, about what. All the other complaints before and after have a reason, good or bad, but they have a reason. Either the Egyptians are going to kill us, there is no water, we are hungry, there is no food, and all of those have a solution. People are saved, water is found, manna comes down from heaven, so the people have something to eat. And then, but in this case, there is no reason and there is no resolution except that God gets angry, and well, that's English for you. God gets angry and burns the outskirts of the camp. And then the people start complaining about the menu. Say, we are sick and tired of manna. We remember in Egypt we had fish and we had cucumbers and we had melons and we had onions and garlic, and we missed the fish. But they say we want meat. And then Moses gets mad because he complains to God. He says, "How long do I have to take this? Who are they? Are they my children? Did I conceive them? Did I carry them? Did I give birth to them? And I cannot take it anymore." And he prays to God, says, "If you really like me," the words, if I found grace in your eyes, please kill me. I cannot take it anymore. So God says, well, find 70 people that will help you leading these people and will ease the burden on you. That's fine, but where am I going to find meat? And God says, "Is anything impossible for me?" Not exact words, but I'm paraphrasing. "I am going to give you meat." And Moses says, "Where am I going to find enough cattle to slaughter to feed 600,000 people?" He says, "I'll do it." And then they are going to have meat. Not only for 1 day, not for 2, not for 5, not for 10, and not for 20 days. For a whole month, they are going to have meat until it comes out of their nose. Now, I'm sure you can feel the irritation in God's voice, in God's tone. See, I'm doing all of this for them. They're going to have meat until it comes out of their nose. So it's even funny. And then the next day, soon, God sends a wind that carries quail from the ocean. And there is quail in such quantities that they cover the ground. And then the Torah says, and people jumped over that quail, the meat, and they gathered quail from during the day and at night, and they jump on it, and they ate so much, they actually made pigs of themselves, that the meat was still between their teeth. That's because they didn't floss. Meat between their teeth, that God sent a plague that killed many of them. And then to top it off, Aaron and Miriam complained against Moses. They criticized Moses' wife, which is not very clear. Is it Zipporah, the wife, the Midianite wife that he married years before, or another wife, because of the Cushite woman? So they criticize her, and they complain. Aaron and Miriam says, is God only talking through Moses? We are also blessed. We also have that contact with God. And the rabbi said, well, this is another example of brother rivalry. Because it hasn't happened before, but now Moses is the younger brother, but is sort of the favorite of God. Now, many years, and this is solved when God sends Miriam. She's punished, and sends her out of the camp for 7 days, and Moses says, El na refanala, God, please heal her. Many centuries later, the rabbis created or wrote the Pesach Seder, and in it there is a perfect counterpoint to this, what we read in the Torah, and it's a song of gratitude, Dayenu. And in Dayenu, they say there are 14 stanzas, and they say things like, if God hadn't taken out of Egypt, but had saved us from the Egyptians, Dayenu, it's enough for us, it's sufficient, it suffices. And then it goes on, if God hadn't provided our needs during 40 years in the desert, but had given us the manna, Dayenu. If God hadn't given us the manna, but had given us Shabbat, Dayenu. So there are many, there are 14 examples of why we have to be grateful, which I think is a very good counterpoint to what we read today. And to finish, I understand that the menu for the Kiddush today, it's not meat. So please don't complain. Okay? Shabbat Shalom.